It's been a long road over the last 2 years, and Palia has released a ton of information in that time. But finally, we are less than, well, we're probably slightly more than one day from Palia, well, being playable, at least in a closed beta sense. And there's been a couple pieces of news that have released since I, in my bright and shiny self, decided to go to the hospital and not be able to cover the game. So let's go over the last two pieces of news that dropped and how they will, affect us in Palia and in the community and all of that stuff. The first thing is the Shepp program, Shepp being short for shepherd, or not a misspelling of sheep. Just so everyone knows. The Shepp program is mostly just a... If you played Final Fantasy XIV, it's a mentor program. There are people that exist to help people in the community and all that good stuff. The only real major difference is they are directly underneath, well, Singularity 6, and they're launching with exactly 52 members. And this is... let's zoom way in so you can see the 52. This is way too low for a launch of the game, in my humble opinions. I don't know what 52 people can do in a game where you're expecting thousands of people and instances where chat exists in those instances. It's going to be a lot of people helping each other rather than, Shepp's helping people. But from a community side of things, like in the Discord or on one of the many subreddits, there's two subreddits for this game, by the way, Palia MMO and Palia. I could see this being helpful. There are always some worries when you get a system like this in place that, the people in it will start to develop an ego and see themselves as better than you and use it as a tag to think to show off and I'm better, blah, 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 you gotta listen to me. We're hoping that doesn't happen. We're hoping that it doesn't, because honestly, in the game so far, from what I played in testing and in the community, everybody's been great, but they're opening up to a brand new world. How will this affect you? Well, if you don't go on the Discord, you don't go on the Reddit, and you don't really spend a lot of time in-game yelling out for help from random people, it probably won't affect you at all. You might not even notice they exist. As a matter of fact, you probably won't notice they exist. But if you seek them out, you'll probably find them. The second thing is a letter from the game director, who is Aiden. Aiden, last name cannot pronounce. Karabaich. Sorry for butchering that. And it talks about how they've been building the game up, and it shows this wonderful gray box of the game. I love gray boxes. I love seeing them, and I love seeing how games develop and change over time. You'll probably have gotten that if you've ever saw my all games. The first thing done in games is the graphics video, because I really like looking at early games. And they talk a lot of stuff about the past and things like that, and how they're able to learn from us and all of that. But why do we care? We care for this part, the ending. These are some of the things that they want to do before the end of this year. And if you didn't know, there are 20 weeks after the public alpha, the open beta. There are 20 weeks after the open beta for, development before the end of the year, counting holidays. So we'll keep that in mind. And if we remember our partner program video, they seem to want to release updates no sooner than every 2 weeks, which means there are only 10 update points that they can get this stuff in. The first one is themed events. Think something like a Christmas event, except they're trying to be inclusive, so probably like a winter holiday or some made-up holiday. It's Life Day from Star Wars. There you go. It's a Life Day. Cool. Then there's new quest storylines, villagers, and friendships. If they, have new villagers, they're probably going to need new quests and storylines anyway. I'd expect these coming out in general. New crops, recipes, yay. More character customization options, and beards, which is a character customization option, so it didn't need its own line, but they they gave it one. This is probably just in backlash to everybody on the internet, basically. But, you know, whatever. Nintendo's Switch release, which is holiday of this year, which probably November, could be early December too, and full controller support, which is sort of required, now that I think about it, for the Switch release. And quality of life improvements. That doesn't sound like a lot, but unless they've been working on this for quite a bit now for these updates, they usually take quite a while to come down the pipeline. So I'm hoping that it's all good in the neighborhood. Okay, and I have one more announcement. I did actually end up getting an invite to the closed beta for Palia, which, if you look here, it will be starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. my time. And if you look real closely, you can find your time. This is the exact time that the closed beta is opening. If you have an invite, you'll be able to play it at that time. If you don't have an invite, this is when people will start streaming it. And there's also a YouTube video that Palia made that's going to be premiering at this exact time. I'm going to be streaming this over on my Discord. I'm going to be streaming this over on my Twitch when it comes out. And if you don't know, I haven't been doing the absolute best recently, so that stream is still like 70% going to happen. And in order to test whether or not I basically am up for streaming, today at 10 a.m. Eastern time, way back here, 10 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be streaming this game because the developers put out a challenge, a speedrun challenge, and this is Koa and the Five Pirates of Mara, and it released on the 27th, which is also the day that I ended up being taken to the hospital. So we played a little bit of it that day, and I stopped before going to the hospital. If you want to see this game a little bit, it's going to be more speedrunner focused instead of like trying to play through the rest of the game, because I'm only part way through it right now, just because we want to be good at it for the creator challenge. But yeah, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. If you don't know, I do play other non-Palia games. I just do those on other channels. And if you're wondering, well, what is all of this in Eastern time? Here's my schedule for the week for the streams. I have the Koa Creator Race, 10 a.m. Palia Beta Release, 1 p.m. Palia on YouTube, so I'm going to be streaming here at 10 a.m. And then after I'm done here, I'm going to be switching over to Twitch to continue playing. And then Friday, more Palia. This is all in Eastern time, which is -4 UTC right now, I think. I don't know. But again, that's 10 o'clock. You can figure it out. I hope everybody has a good one, and I'm hoping that I do end up feeling good enough to actually, stream it. Have fun. Have a nice day. Check out some other wonderful creators for this game, and please, I ask you to let me know who people are and how I can find them, because I will be watching other people play this game and their reactions. Bye.